sales that we could go through now.
I was just thinking that, oh man, I need to pull up some sales. But what I'm so excited, I guess I'm excited to talk about this particular item. I bought it on YouTube. It was one that I took a risk on. And not really, because it was earrings. So okay. I bought from another YouTuber a pair of earrings, and this is definitely a bolo, so be on the lookout for these particular styles. So KJL, Kenneth J. Lane, KJL, by Avon. The particular ones that I have were very heavy because they were a foiled glass cabochon. And within, no joke, 5 minutes of me listing them on eBay, I got an offer, and then someone paid full price for them. So they happen to be, and after doing a little bit more research, they happen to be a runway piece. So yeah. Do you have a picture? What?
Do you have a picture?
I do, yeah. Hey, Gypsy, Jersey Gypsy.
Hey, Jersey Gypsy. Welcome in. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a week. We took a week off. Life's been crazy. We've been sick and things, so we're back.
Honestly, yeah, like I had read a meme today that was like, isn't it ironic that you spend a whole year trying to avoid COVID than to just get knocked down by flowers? And that's literally what happens. I'm still, like, if you can hear, I am totally nasally. My kids and I got hit violently with freaking allergies. It was terrible. So much snot. So these are what I was
send me that.
These are what I was talking about.
Those are beautiful. They're big too.
Yes, they're ginormous. And here's the stamp on the back. KJL for Avon.
Good to know.
And these are, like I said, these sold for, I was asking $32. And I got an offer for, hey, peace out. Hope you and Cookie are doing well. Got an offer, and then immediately got a full sale, which is always fantastic.
And did it say 32? Is that what I saw in there? That's an awesome.
Yes, 32. Awesome. So that's awesome. And I had been getting a lot. You know, it's funny how you go back and forth between, at least for me, I have eBay that's really hot and popping, and then I get Etsy that's hot and popping. Yeah. I think, depending on where you list and depending on where you put a lot of attention, is the outcome that you get. Let me check my Etsy because I'm pretty sure I have some on there. This one's one that I held out on for. Hello, Susan. I had a few offers on this, but I declined them because I knew this piece was special, and this may not seem like a big deal. But this is an articulated sterling silver typewriter charm. And so this will move back and forth. It is the cutest. I sold it on eBay, Etsy, for $25.
Nice.
Yeah. So I knew, it's just,
you got to hold out. Right?
Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi, Carly. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Hi, Carly.
Hello. Oh, I want to know about your top sales.
Let's see. So my Amazon is chugging along, which is well, but nothing there is exciting. I get excited when I see a sale, but it's not really worth sharing because, like, it's like, oh, you sold a book, you made $5. Like, it's just exciting when I see the sale come through. But to your point, where's my eBay? There it is. to your point about like how sometimes things are like really popping or not, for like 20 minutes this afternoon, my eBay was just like, and I'm like, I haven't done anything because it's the end, or it was the end of the month. So I hadn't really been listing because I was out of listings. And now I'm going to list more tonight because it's the first. But I was surprised. I got 2 full price sales back to back on different products, and then an offer that came through. But one of the full price sales, how do I find it? Sold items, was Devan and I like to follow this girl on Instagram, and she's really good at finding discontinued products. And I had found
She's great.
a variation of one of the products, which is this. It's not exciting. It's literally countertop cleaner. It's an aerosol can of countertop cleaner. At the time, I wasn't selling on Amazon when I found it, and you can't really sell aerosols. I mean, you can, but you can't mail them to Amazon to send for you. Anyway, I put it on eBay. One can for $25. And someone bought all 3 that I had today. So that was I was super jazzed because I wasn't sure how they were going to do. So 3 cans of countertop cleaner for $25 each, which was like super exciting. So, there's always random things to sell too, which I'm starting to dabble in the random.
Yes.
So that was a home product. Let's do a clothing item. These were really, really cute. On Poshmark. I had Poshmark kind of doing really well last week randomly, but these were just some really, really cute sneakers. They were like white leather, like embroidered fruit, like super cute. The brand is Madewell, and it's a collaboration with like, I guess, Veha. I don't know. I had never heard of the brand. Comps were great. They sold for 60 on Poshmark. I think I had them listed for like 80 because of comps. And I was like, what? I just like the fruit. So I'm rambling, but those are some of my fave sales of the last couple weeks.
Yeah. It makes sense because springtime, everyone's looking for cleaning products. And like Susan said, there's been cleaners that have disappeared over the years. I might pay that much if I could find them. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
this is a discontinued one for sure.
If you are a reseller, think about the things that you use on your day-to-day and try to, capitalize on that. People are going to be spring cleaning, so this is a great time for yard sales. This is a great time, depending on your area. Over here, it's like 80 degrees already, and I'm just not ready for that in the slightest. So
it's not. It is cold today.
Amazon, but I have Prime, and I wanted over 2 weeks for doggy shirts. This is twice now. And you have Prime, it should take 3 days. Yeah.
Amazon. Yeah,
but
you can control that.
It brings up a good point that I'm already like talking about the future here, but next week Kelly and I have decided that we were going to be talking about Amazon and selling what is it? What's the abbreviation that you go? FBA.
Which is fulfilled by Amazon. We can talk about fulfilled by merchant too, because it's, part of the experience. All of it.
Sort of like how Etsy was kind of my bag. She's going to be talking about Amazon, which is, her bag right now. So I have no pickle to dip in it. So
well, maybe we could all learn. Your Etsy night was fascinating. I learned so much. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about Amazon next week. So if you have Amazon questions, come with them.
Yes. But for today, we're going to be touching on eBay versus Etsy. And so this is kind of like the wrap up that we did over the last, I guess it's turned into a little bit of a month now, that we've kind of talked about eBay and Etsy. And I think it was kind of a good point to bring up. Maybe I was doing a challenge. Bolo Buddies had was talking about a challenge, and Kelly and I reviewed a lot of the competitors, and we were looking at their different listings and what they have available. And I noticed a big difference between the two, Etsy and eBay. Etsy, they want the keywords. They want the everything that's small, get all those things in there. Gift for who, gift for what could this be worn with? And eBay, they want straight to the point. So do you find that when you straight to the point, do your eBay sales work? How do they,
Yeah. I try, and obviously, like we said, not an Etsy seller primarily. I'm trying, but like not a pro. And definitely more experienced in eBay. I put as more straight to the point, not too much fluff, but it's like that balance between keywords. So it appears in a search, and fluff. So like on eBay, I wouldn't necessarily say like Mother's Day present if there are other keywords that would be better, because you do get less characters in eBay than you do Etsy. So you have to kind of prioritize your characters. So like if they had the same amount of characters, Etsy and eBay, maybe I would be more fluffy in my descriptions. But I think because you don't have a lot of room, you got to knock away some of the what holiday is this for, whatever, right? So
do you include the whether it's the measurements, if it's like a large or an extra large or whatever, in your title in eBay?
I do. So everyone, especially in the clothing world, has very specific like methodologies on how to craft a title for eBay. And I'm sure there's no one right way. Like, do you put the color before do you say like pink sweater or sweater pink? Like, you could go deep with people on this. I dabble in both. I always include the size, or if I'm running short, the letter like L or something for large. It's usually my like formula is brand, style name if I know it, what it is, color, that's, and then size. That's usually what I do in my chunks.
I wonder. I just wonder too the difference between if you have more luck selling an item, if you don't put that in there. I don't know if you've ever thought about that for like more clickbaity, or people would just avoid it because they would think that you didn't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Like if you don't include info,
as far as
it
the site
will
goes,
get people to click on it to learn more, right, kind of thing.
Right.
I could see it going either way, because like when I'm in search of something very particular, like I was searching for a pair of sandals the other day, and this is on Poshmark, but the same theory would have applied if I was looking on eBay.
Right.
If the size wasn't there, but I was like, that's the exact style I want, I would click on it to find out. But then I would be immediately annoyed if they weren't the right size. I was like, couldn't you just have like saved me the step?
So it's like double-edged sword on that one. It's interesting.
Maybe if it's something not like size, where it's like a 1 or a 0, you're either the right size or you're not.
Right.
Maybe something to get, maybe more of an adjective to get people to click, more than a yes or no answer, but something that's going to intrigue them, that they want to learn more. Kind of like the, and speaking of the challenge, the haunted doll, like you put the word haunted, your people are going to click and people are going to read, why is it haunted?
Right. So that brings up a good point about I don't want to say letting you down, but having a strong feeling about something and then maybe getting it and it doesn't have bring up to your expectations or something. But there was somebody who purchased an item from me. We played the back and forth game of the offers, and I promise this is going to be a point. It's like the person played back and forth, and finally, just to get her, like, even though I was pretty firm in my price, this person wanted this item very bad. So the highest price ended up being the first price that I ended up offering to her, and she took it. So the sale went fine, but probably 2 weeks later, she opened a return case for me because she just did not like the item, which was a huge blow. So I, of course, denied the returns because I don't accept returns on my eBay, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark unless I'm absolutely forced to. I called eBay because after I denied the return, she sent me a message saying that if I don't give her a full refund, she is going to be writing me a horrible review. So I'm like, this is kind of boozy, just yuck.
Yeah.
I called eBay and I said, hey, look, listen, is there any way to go back and change the status and offer her the availability to return this item to me since, hello.
Yeah.
And they said, no, since she put in the return, the reason that she wanted to return it was because she just didn't like it. It's called a remorse return. And you, as the seller, have the opportunity to either confirm or say, no, I'm not going to accept this return. If any review happens negatively on a remorse return or remorse purchase, you can dispute it through eBay and have it removed. So I thought that was really good information. I think and I've talked about it before, especially on the eBay one, in the last 12 months of me doing this, I have one negative review and it's knocked me down so many points. And you are like, just army crawling, tummy out, trying to get those points back so you can get to like 100% feedback or 99% feedback. But anyway, I thought that was really interesting to note that at least you hear so many negative things about how eBay sides with the buyer a lot of time. And I thought that this was an amazing case to talk about. So, and thank you, Patsy. Really appreciate it.
That is good to know. And I think I've never had, obviously to dispute feedback or anything like that. But I had heard chatter around the community, I guess, that eBay is allowing sellers to kind of dispute feedback more, or they're like actually hearing them out more than they used to be. So like if you do get something, like you said, it was super easy. You called them up, they gave you your answer. Like it didn't take you very long to get that info. So if you see something come through, I guess moral of the story is call eBay and ask at the minimum. You have nothing to lose. I think they are becoming a bit more lenient on their policy of like, you cannot delete feedback or whatever, especially when in that case, she's literally like blackmailing you.
Yeah.
And it's like for her return. And it's like, that's just poor.
It's just like, okay, how often? And then even the eBay person was saying, the representative was saying, you have the option to either return the message and state to her what you're going to do, or you could just ignore it. Either way, it's not going to be a negative against you. So I've just been so surprised over this last year of kind of kicking it into overdrive. So if you do end up getting a negative review, and let's just say the person said, I just didn't want it, I personally would want it in writing from eBay. Yeah, I would too. And hello, Sandra. Yes, that 100%, because what one person says, but you got to think that here's the thing that I learned from my job that I used to have before this is you make sure you get the person's name. And I know this is going to sound like a Karen kind of thing. And I mean, that's the only way that I guess I can put it for this thing. But get the name of the person. And if they're like, well, we've never done a policy like that. Well, I talked to so-and-so and they told me on this date and I called them at this time and she, and then I have this reference number. The more information you have, the less likely that,
Sometimes you have to be a Karen. There's a time and a place for Karen. And
sometimes you can respect the hell out of Karen. And sometimes you're like, I don't want to know Karen.
Right. Sometimes Karen is on to something. So yeah, that's a great point. And I think they even tell you the couple times I've talked to someone, they start the conversation like, hi, this is so-and-so or whatever. I'm one of those people that the second you tell me your name, I forget it. So I need to not do that.
Another thing, Sandra, too, is a lot of times if it has to deal with like a return in exchange for funds, a lot of times they'll give you a reference number for your case. If you've opened up a case or a disputement file or something along those lines. Hi, Stephanie. I'm so bummed that I missed your dollar sale. If it was yesterday or the day before. And I guess we have 9 people in here. Thank you so much. I just wanted to apologize for being absent this last week. My kids definitely and I have been feeling under the weather. We're hit with the allergies. Yeah, I have been a mom bee for sure.
Love that.
But yeah, as far as calling eBay and distributing on that, I think the longest thing it took was actually trying to find a way where I can speak to a representative. That took longer than the actual conversation did on eBay. Yeah. So I definitely recommend that. I have personally never had an issue with Etsy that couldn't be resolved in a couple of clicks. I've never had to speak with a representative through Etsy. So as far as that information, there's not a lot I can give. But yeah.
Oh, I was just reading what Susan was saying. Like, it's a great, like, asking again, right? And
yeah.
Like, oh, again, like, because I'm never going to remember either, right? So, and jot it down, especially if it is something, it's not just like, I have a question on how this program works at eBay or whatever, but something that's like, it's going to be a problem, like with this potential problem.
Yeah. Cheryl too. Exactly. The conversation name, type, date, and confirmation number. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, if it's not, yay, oh, thanks for being here. If it's not, it's, you can borderline being a Karen and you could borderline being just efficient. And there's
business, so you want
always a way to be kind about it. And the lady in that did remind me of a good point. The lady actually thanked me for being so kind. And I'm like, dang, I did the minimum at any person should do.
That's a nice feeling. Wanted
hello,
to
Bobby Joe.
I have to find it, but so you were saying like sometimes it's difficult to actually talk to eBay, get someone there. I have had no problem going the route of, I'm trying to find, of course, it takes me a second to find the website. I should really just bookmark it, but I literally just searched eBay customer service. It took me to ebay.com/help. I click on like the, the contact us. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe it is. See,
they actually had me, I had to put in my number for them to call me.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to. It's super fast, and I used it a couple times. But now, like I said, it takes me a while to find that section of the website. I think you may have to submit like, I'm calling about this, or I'm interested in learning more about this, whatever. And then at the end, it'll say, here are your options. And I have always chosen the have a representative call you, and have gotten a call within minutes. Like, and you're talking to an actual human in minutes, which I have found, like, not that we're talking about Poshmark today, but like, you want to get someone on the phone at Poshmark, like, good luck.
Yeah, I've only ever dealt with online representatives. I think eBay was the only one that I've ever dealt with someone on the phone, because I didn't want to sit and have to type up a whole narrative regarding why
Yeah.
I'm messaging a robot.
And
And thank you so much, Bobby Joe.
Normally I'd be fine with like either an online chat or an email situation, but sometimes I just want the answer. Like, just like if I can call you and it takes 5 minutes, then it's not a problem. And most things, like you said, your conversation was super short, efficient, got to your answer, and you were on your way. Whereas, like if you were to send an email or talk with a chat robot or even a chat human, it's going to take longer to get your answer.
And so much could be lost in that as well. Like the compassion, I guess, is, and that's not to say that you need it to get your point across or you need it, whatever. But hello, Moon Goddess. But
yeah, just be a good person. I had an issue. It wasn't actually a problem. I just needed them to release funds. Someone wanted again to return something. It was a remorse return for clothing. It didn't fit, kind of like a remorse return. But they just, submitted the request. Hey, I want to return this. I accept returns, so eBay just automatically approves it. They tell the person, here's your shipping label. Here's how much it's going to cost you, the buyer, to you ship this back to me, the seller. And then you have until this date to send it back. And it was past the date, and I hadn't gotten the dress back yet. And they didn't end up closing the return or anything. I needed to call, and I had said, I'm a seller. I offer returns, but the person didn't return my item back to me in the designated time. And she actually thanked me for offering returns. She was like, oh, thank you so much, like for being a good seller or something. And I was like, what? Well, I didn't do anything. Like she was just like you said, like overly nice back to me. And I was like, oh.
It just takes a second, and that goes with anybody. And I mean, especially right now, I mean, man, that's really just what we need, is just kindness. And I understand that only goes so far sometimes. But I think, you and I joked this week too, back and forth, is some people go for the jugular. They are deeply offended when you did not follow through on your end per them. When you did everything you could as a seller and it just was not good enough, and you never know what kind of day that person's had, and they tear you a new one. And sometimes that robot isn't enough. You need to talk to someone and tell them, listen.
And that goes like if you are that person that wants to now we're just talking life advice, but if you're that person that wants to get upset about something, you have every right to feel upset for whatever reason. Your feelings are probably valid, but also consider before you lash out, especially a stranger over the internet. Like everybody is going through something. You should be kind no matter which side of the interaction you're on, whether in this return scenario, if you don't get something that was described the way you thought it would come, whatever, maybe don't lash out at that person. They probably are trying to do their best. Everyone, just give everyone the benefit of the doubt in something like this. They're not trying to ruin your entire life. Yeah.
They need to create a chill pill. Yeah. I don't know if you have noticed or whatever. A lot of people call them the eBay police or the Etsy police or something along those lines. But I guess since we're talking about comparing the two here.
Yeah, tell you the Etsy police story.
Oh my Lord. I think I finally put up the figurine because it was bothering me. More oftentimes than not, I get a lot of people on my Etsy that want to correct me on items that I post up, whether it's a stone I may have incorrectly gotten or something to that nature of the piece that obviously they know more about than I do, which is fine because a lot of great connections can come from that. If you're stumped, try not to take it personally. When you're stumped on a stone and you put agate, and then someone comes to you and says, oh, this is a philosophical jilly wiggly piggly pants. And you're like, thank you. And then you get some people who take it personally. I had a ceramic figurine up on my Etsy. I had it listed for $12. So this wasn't going to catch anyone's house on fire or anything. And this person felt the need to tell me that I was incorrectly labeling this ceramic figurine. And basically, you get people like that out there, and you can choose how you want to react to it. Because if I go into it, I'm just going to get fired up. If you know, you know. But there's a certain way to get your point across without being a douche.
Don't be a douche.
If you're going to be the eBay police, just be nice about it.
Yeah, I've had someone be the Poshmark police, and in a nice way, right? Police are supposed to be there to like protect the community, you know, not be angry towards the community. Anyway, I don't want to get too political. But anyway, the Poshmark story is I had a shirt that just had one number size on it, like 6 or whatever. And I listed it as a size 6. And I've listed other things in this brand, and normally it says like UK size, US size. And I didn't know if it doesn't say that, it defaults to the UK size. And so someone came along and was like, you know, that's a UK 6, not an American 6. So you're going to want to correct the listing. I was like, oh, thank you, because that would have been a devastating return if that had happened. So I was like, that's a very kind way of critiquing other people's listings if you happen to see something.
Yeah,
but like,
and exactly right. I feel like I want to have this on my headstone when I die. When they're walking by, at least maybe it's one more time for people to see it. And hello, Michelle. Hello, Deanna. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's well.
A bunch of people just joined.
Yes, thank you so much. So if anyone has any eBay, Etsy questions, we were talking about verses tonight, more so how they compare rather than, the difference. But if you guys have had any experiences, we'd love to hear it, or any questions about either.
Into the new month of listings, if you have a store, check your Seller Hub homepage. Your number of listings probably went up a lot.
Yes, I know. Hallelujah. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I don't even know how many I uploaded already today, but shoot,
look at you. Oh, I've done 0.
I guess it is kind of sort of because it's a lot of cross posting over. So I don't think, counts as not brand new listings, but to eBay.
Okay, right. So when you run out of, at the end of the month, which knock on wood will never happen again, unless we massively grow our businesses to 1,000 active items, which could happen. So say you run out of your eBay listings, you still post on Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark, everywhere else you want to post. And then at the first of the month, you're like dumping them all onto eBay.
Absolutely. So, it's been working.
Yeah.
So far as the fluctuation goes, I wish, and hopefully now with this new, upgrade, whatever, there'll be a little bit more consistency to it. But I mean, we all have where we're like, I'm going to at least post once a day, and it doesn't happen. Life happens.
Yeah. So with your, I guess, again, this might be a moot point because this is probably not the situation for us anymore. But when it was coming towards the end of the month and your eBay listings were renewing, would you end them so you weren't charged 25 cents for renewing them, or did you just never list anything close to the end of the month? Or, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I know what you're trying to say, but no, I haven't done anything like that. I haven't.
So if they renew, you would just pay the 25 cents?
I mean, I think I never got a notification whether I was being charged or not. I think that they were just being tallied up, and maybe I just didn't.
Yeah, they don't send you anything. It's just on your invoice. It'll just be like insertion fee for whatever.
I get a lot of insertion fees, and I'm always like, what the hey is this about? You know, so I don't know how to.
That's what we're talking about. With the insertion fees are the free listings or whatever. So when they renew, that's an insertion fee. Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, you never asked me that question. What do you do to minimize your insertion fees?
So the first time I had a store or whatever, and I was like, I'm not paying insertion fees. I literally went in, and anything that didn't sell and anything that was ending that day and I was going to have to pay 25 cents per item for, I'd end it. And I was like, I will relist this next month when I have listings. Now I still list on eBay, and I don't stop any of my renewals. I did the math a while ago, and I don't even remember what it was, to back with the old number of listings to know how much would I have to spend, or like how many items have to renew and how many items do I have to list for me to be beneficial to upgrade my store.
Right.
And it was still cheaper for me to pay 25 cents, a bunch of times. Yeah.
Wow.
So I just pay for it, is the moral of the story.
And if you have the time to think, because that's important, when it comes to tax time and you're realizing how much money you spent and how much money you're trying to get credit on, all of those numbers matter.
Yeah.
I guess
you can take off the insertion fees from it's a business expense. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, we've got some chatter.
Yes. I need to know what I want to know Susan's question too.
What you called said statue. Oh, okay. It's an Edward Tanola. I had gotten it in a lot of Edward Tanola signed pieces. This one happens to be a skunk, a rarer one than I have had, and one of the ones that have not sold, which is what it is. So this is this is the skunk. This is the little skunk.
Cute.
And super cute. He is signed on his butt, Mexico. He is not signed Edward Tanola, Kenneth Edwards. He's not signed any of those. So I just assumed, because it was signed Mexico and a lot of his pottery hails from there, that it was a Kenneth Edwards.
And it came a lot with other ones that were guaranteed to be the same artist.
Not guaranteed. I mean, I don't ever. That word is
some of the others were signed, I guess is what I'm saying.
Correct. A lot of the other ones that I sold were exactly the same, signed exactly the same way. A lot of, just anyways. So, this chick, man, she was like, do you even know what you're talking about as far as just going, like, I'm like, hey, kindness is free. And I forget the word she used, but basically she was like, do you have any care for your future? Prudence
is free.
Prudence is free. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, this chick, man. She's like, I feel like it's my right as a buyer to inform the seller if they have things incorrect. And I'm like, dang, you must be busy. Like,
you must be busy.
This is
That's so funny. Wow.
It's just like, I had someone not too long ago even tell me, hey, you're marking this as ocean jasper, and this is actually some other kind of jasper. And I'm like, thanks, dude. Like, I appreciate it. I get those two mixed up. Like, that's okay. And she's like, how I tend to remember is the cogs on the stone. And I'm like, okay, so from now on, I know that I'm looking at ocean jasper, and I see ocean jasper, I'm looking at the cogs as far as leopard skin jasper goes. Anyways, I get the two mixed up. But that person was very kind, was saying like, hey, and this is how I remember. So it sparked a memory for me. But this person was just like, and then I was like, okay, you know, if you're not going to be kind to me, you know, I just something along the lines of try to just dissolve the conversation. And she continued to message me and give me links to this Edward Tanola thingy doos, his links to his site. And I said, the listing has been changed. Kindly stop messaging me, because it was becoming obsessive at that time. And it was just a skunk.
It was just
And
a $12 skunk. Like,
that was on sale for $10,
that's even worse.
So if it really bothers you that much, you can buy it and then smash it at your home.
It's at your own. Not even buy it, just move on.
Yeah. So
so what did you do? Did you leave it? You changed the listing, but did you keep it up?
I did. I changed the listing to gosh, what did I put? Vintage Mex stamped skunk ceramic figurine, Mexico stamped pottery. So
did you put his name in like the keywords or in the description?
No, I deleted it.
No, all of it.
Yeah, anything to do with association. And the principle is what it stands. Was she doing me a favor by telling me, saving me eventually having to return money to somebody? Yes. Did she do it in the best way? No. Just always trying to find that bright side on this is just real gross.
Just real gross. Not the type of people that you want to deal with. And what worries me about diving into Amazon more is people like that. You know, the Amazon customers, you know, every class of platform, every platform has a type of buyer, and they are notorious for, like, there's reseller memes that get created about the types of people on each of these platforms. It's whatever. And most of it's just in like good humor, fun, whatever, nothing serious. But I am nervous about the Amazon customers because it is the biggest platform and we've all shopped there. And you all probably also returned something from there. Not saying that it has gone horribly weird, but you know, it is one of those places where returns are very, very common.
I mean, people buy Amazon returns. I mean, it's just like people make their living on that, you know. But yes, Susan, yeah, exactly. So, I guess what you can take from this is they're everywhere, like Kelly said. No matter what platform you sell on, even YouTube. Anywhere.
Someone's always, you can't please everyone, I guess, is like someone's going to be unhappy. The more things you sell, the more likely it is for a return, statistically speaking.
Just CYA, right? Cover your booty hole and make sure that you're doing your due diligence as a seller, because eventually it'll just bite you in the bum hole. So
yeah, you want to be running your business as a, like you said, a kind, you know, respectful, honest business person, not, you know, vindictive and spiteful as a business. So it will take you a long way.
Yeah. The rudeness of people like that can really get to you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, man, there was that, you know, there's a few times, and I'm sure we can do a whole segment on being on the edge, the times that you almost wanted to stop reselling.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be my novel. So.
That would actually be really fun to talk about.
We should do it. But as far as those two platforms go, Etsy and eBay, I have been asked before, and of other people have been asked. I've seen in other Facebook groups or things along those lines, even Instagram. You know, what pros and cons of each. And I think for me, summed up, eBay is where I make the most money because of my bread and butter items. Rarely do I get a high price sale on eBay. Etsy is usually like my golden ticket. I price something on there high, knowing I'm going to get it. And I don't mean to sound it like that, but know the worth of your item and stand behind it. Poor example of the skunk that I thought. But I did my due diligence. I just didn't put it up there all willy-nilly, which obviously wasn't enough. But with that being said, how do you feel about the two summed up?
That's really interesting when you're saying that, yeah, you kind of rely on Etsy more for those big ticket items, but you still, everything is still everywhere. Like that skunk is on Etsy and it's on eBay, but it's more likely to sell on eBay is kind of what you were getting at. It's just more of a bread and butter piece or whatever, more likely for eBay. But yeah, you don't want to take away for maybe someone really does want the skunk and they're on Etsy, you know. You don't want to miss an opportunity. So that's really interesting. I use eBay for, you know, super small things, and then some of my biggest ticket sales have come from eBay. But I'm not comparing that necessarily to Etsy because I don't have a Etsy running, and I think that's my hardest and biggest issue with Etsy right now is the getting up and running is really hard. Whereas like on Poshmark or even eBay, Mercari, you can sometimes just list a few things and start seeing sales if you're putting in and listing and stuff. But I feel like on Etsy, I'm in my second try on Etsy, but my first try, I was listing regularly and I was just not making any headway. And so that's kind of like, it's hard to get going. And I think once you get the momentum, then it's more self-sustaining. But I have not cracked the nut on the consistency yet for getting sales, because you can't send out offers to people, so you can't bring them to you in that way. You just have to kind of rely on the Etsy algorithm and the keywords you're adding and things like that. And
one thing I completely forgot to mention is this past 2 weeks was like after our last show. We had talked about our promoted listings on eBay. And I thought, okay, they have that option on Etsy for you to promote your listings, but they have the option about whether or not how much a day you're willing to spend to advertise all of your listings. So like on Etsy. So essentially, if you wanted to spend $1 a day, it's $30, granted, depending on the month, $30 a month, and you're advertising your listings. And you can, in each and every listing, can opt in or opt out. But basically, it's that
okay.
whole thing.
I need to look into that. I did not know that was a thing on Etsy. That's super helpful because just to what Patsy said, you know, I've done a listing on Etsy and the same on eBay just to see which one will sell faster. And definitely for me, eBay won. But eBay, like I said, has a significant head start, whereas I'm just starting Etsy. And until it gets kind of up and going, I have no feedback. People don't they don't want to trust someone with no feedback. Even I have put, you know, I'm eBay top rated eBay seller.
Yeah.
It's still just hard, right? The algorithm does not favor you.
Right.
And I have found Etsy to be one of the more challenging platforms to crack into. But I will get there.
It's definitely been where my money's been. Yes, I've sold less on Etsy, but I've sold more money, or I have made more money on Etsy.
Higher.
So you have to consider, you know, just in how you would make the decision on where best where it be sometimes on the selling platform. I would always either include or exclude Etsy on my items. But yeah, for sure. I mean, that has immensely this last week. I've had upwards of 3 sales a day, which is absolutely unreal over there, considering that my items are full priced items over there. So as far as, you know, having the opposite going on Etsy and deleting them. I'm having to go on eBay and deleting them, which
That's
is just
really cool.
outrageous.
That's
So
awesome.
another thing to note on Etsy is I actually was probably my 3rd month into selling on Etsy, which was the only platform I was selling on. I logged in on the computer for the first time, and it gave me all these suggested things to kind of like check off. And one of them, they took me through all of my listings and they made me increase the prices. They didn't make me, they encouraged me. They said, this is what it's selling for on here. Would you like to update your listing? So
yeah.
Consider that being another thing as well. Not only your keywords, but keeping up with the platform you're selling on. So you have your comps for eBay, have your comps for Etsy as well.
Right.
Oh, holy bananas.
There we go.
Chicken nuggets done.
No, it was a text message coming through on my computer. That is really cool that they encouraged you to raise prices. Lots of ones, like they give you the suggested, they try and take the info you've put and said the similar items sell between this range and this range. And it's always like between like $4 and $9. And I was like, no. And I'm just using eBay or whatever as an example. But it's nice that they were like, you could actually make more money, which is awesome.
So I use that example a lot since it was encouraged from me to do that, or as a suggestion. Then I often think, okay, maybe this is what they're looking for. And Patsy has a question. If you sold anything on eBay to a famous person or place, that would excite you?
I don't know if I've ever sold something to just based off the address on the label, the name. I don't think I've sold anything to anyone important.
That's a hot wet no for me.
I know some people, not personally, but like on YouTube, have sold to like museums if it's like a vintage piece. Yeah, I haven't. That'd be cool though.
Yeah. Love the holy bananas back, girl. Yeah. Thanks, Kate. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I haven't. Haven't any. I get excited when people that I ship to, I wouldn't want to say normally, but like on YouTube, will go to my eBay or Etsy store and make a purchase on there. That's like exciting because I recognize the name. But as far as a person goes, like, like
no one famous or anything like that.
However, I did get from Amazon, it was a return label that said James Charles on it. And my husband walked in and he's like, oh, you know James Charles, like the makeup guy? You know who James Charles is? Okay, he's a makeup dude on YouTube. He's a makeup yeah, it's just like, categories of YouTube. Anyways, he got into a lot of drama. And I was like, it's kind of like a common name or whatever, but
right, James Charles. That's like, sorry.
So yeah, eBay versus Etsy. In a nutshell, I mean, my ride or die is gonna be Etsy for me. I love it. It's a slippery slope. I don't know. I love it. However, I love eBay because I love sending out those offers. Like, love it. It's fun.
I like the offers a lot. It's weird to me not be able to do that on Etsy, and same with Amazon. You're just like, here you go.
See how this goes.
Do you want it? Yeah.
I sold to a museum and to the Kennedy president nephew.
He's building a museum. That's cool.
Oh, right on. I sold some items to a TV show, Shades of Blue, Jennifer Lopez. All right, John.
Heard of that show, I believe. That's cool.
The cop show?
Yeah, I believe so. On the other side of the spectrum, I just think this is like one of the neatest opportunities. I was talking to Devan about it the other day. It was one of my favorite YouTubers, clothing related YouTubers. Her name's Courtney. She goes by Common Tags. She sources in Southern California, in like the LA area, and stumbled across the wardrobe from the Gossip Girl TV show. And not just like, this was the same style, but like it actually had the tag, the show tag that says, Blake Lively, Serena, her character, wearing this episode. These are the other, like, this is the rest of her outfit. And she found like, I don't know, 40, 80 pieces, something like that from the show. And she put them all up on auction and on eBay and just crushed it. It was so fun to watch. So there's the opposite of finding really fun things and then selling them from famous people.
Yeah, and the same thing. Literally, I think I told you the next thing was my husband came home and was like, "Hey, someone checked the pockets of something on in Goodwill and found $46,000 and returned it to the person because I guess it was associated with the passport or some kind of identification, and they got rewarded for it." But always check the pockets, I suppose.
Yeah, right. Always check pockets.
But yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
Oh, I like Common Tags too, Susan. She's my fave.
So awesome. And who was that other chick that you were talking about? Thrift to Travel?
Oh, yeah, Thrift to Travel for the discontinued products and stuff. Yeah. So if you didn't see at the beginning, we were talking about our sales. I sold like a discontinued countertop cleaner and I learned that stuff from her. So another good, she's just on Instagram though, but another good resource of valuable bolos.
100%, because the things that the places that she goes and the things that, I mean, oh my God, game changers.
She doesn't source in your normal thrift store or retail arbitrage. I mean, she does a lot of retail arbitrage, but it's not like TJ Maxx. It's a hardware store, a CVS in the middle of nowhere,
right?
Mom and pop gas stations. Like, she's making so much money by sourcing from gas stations. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I also wanted to do a shameless plug before we skedaddle here, is that we are doing the 99-cent free shipping eBay challenge. I am participating in that. Some of my listings, a lot of them I think are really good quality items, and they haven't even scratched the $20 bill yet. As far as the double heart bracelet that I have on eBay, I think it's sitting right now at $11, and that's free shipping. Sterling silver. So in the last video that I posted, I have all the links on there, and of course, if you go into the main page, I have pretty much my my eBay, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark store, and I have, of course, Kelly's items listed down below as far as her email and her YouTube, and of course, the Rifter scorecard. Let's not forget about that amazing app that Kelly has made. But guys, if you want to get a hell of a deal, I have a lot, and there we go. I got a bid right now, but a lot of my items are very affordable right now. The 5 items that I have on there, and the higher the price goes, I know I'm nowhere near anywhere up, but there's some pretty steep competitors out there. But for you guys to get a good deal, the auction ends on Sunday, and I'll be shipping out Monday. So
that's super exciting. Oh my gosh, the sounds coming from my computer today.
But so next week for sure we're going to be talking about Amazon. I'm excited. I'm going to have my doodle pad out for that one. How do you find me on eBay? Well, here we go. Let me go ahead and put my link in here so you can find me on eBay to check me out.
It's so hard on eBay to search for specific store names or usernames. Like, I know there's a way, but it's so hard.
There's always a link on when you go to my Moonstone Mamas page. There it is right there. There's my eBay store. And yeah, the only auctions are the ones that I have up right now that are contributing to the contest. I
Right.
normally don't put things on auction. However, with that being said, if anyone finds anything on my eBay, Etsy, I am usually really awesome about taking best offers, just as long as it's not like $2, you know?
Right. Reasonable, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, eBay, Etsy. Um, Let us know, of course, if you guys have any questions, comments in the comments down below, because I think we pert near with eBay and Etsy. So next week, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about Amazon. I'm
I'm
so
so excited.
excited about that one. Oh man, buckle up. It's going to be fun. So as far as my next jewelry auction goes, guys, I've got a few boxes coming in. I'm really excited.
Sound.
I may do one of those openings and sales coming up probably tomorrow, depending. But I'll let you guys know. And yeah, you got anything coming up, Miss Kelly?
Um, I have no, but in my little pea brain, I am I haven't put out a video in a while, like we were talking about before. Allergies, and I have been feeling super sick the last couple days. And just have not gotten around to posting out a video, but I wanted to do a video, a simple video on my channel about how to support small businesses by shopping on Amazon. And you may not even know how to support a small business by shopping on Amazon. And that's going to be my next video. So stay tuned for that.
Link in the description box down below for Miss Kelly. If you haven't already subscribed, I highly recommend that you do so. She's a wealth of knowledge, and her app is Latits. So
Days.
it is the best. Also, I am watching Outlander. So if anyone has any comments about that show, no spoilers or I'll come and find you. But I
No spoilers.
love that show. I am on season 2, almost season 3, so very excited. And yeah, so that's all for us today. Catch us next week, or if we may pop on and do some kind of motivational huzzah, who knows. But thank you so much for hanging with us. Always appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
Yep. Bye, guys. See you next time.